Good day everyone. Today we'll be looking at NumPy in Python. Now NumPy, they are libraries which we use to perform numerical and mathematical operations in Python. So I have a list of things we are going to do today using the NumPy. So to import the NumPy, we use the import NumPy in Python to get any library. So the first thing we're going to do is import the NumPy as NP. So NP is the representation of NumPy. Then we're also going to use the print. We want to access the attributes present in NumPy. So when I run this, we have the informations listed below. So now we want to create a one-dimensional array. So to do that now, we are going to say, we'll create a variable called arr1. We'll call the library and the attributes present in the library, that is array. So use the normal brackets and the square brackets. But before we go into creating an array is the collections of the same data type. Okay, the collections of the same data type, or we can call them elements. So now an array we're going to have here is going to be collections of integers, which are numbers in Python. So I'm going to write random numbers 19. Okay, so I have an array already for integers. So I'll use the print function, or I can just write the information again to print the value. So when I do this and I run, we have the information. Okay, it's giving me array. So let's use the print function. So for run this now, we have the information present without no array. Then that's how to create a one-dimension array. Then to create a two-dimension array, we can say array2, same thing, np arr square brackets. I'll use the normal brackets, then the square brackets, then another square bracket again. Then I write random numbers. So this is the one array we have. Now I want to get to the second one. Okay, so remember I have two square brackets, one covering the main one and the second one, or we can have it in this manner for better understanding. Can have it like this, then we understand better. So this is a two-dimension array. Okay, the first array, the second array. Then if I run this now using the print function, you can see we have our values present. All right, then the next one we want to do is to create an even space array. So to do that now, we're going to use the line function in NumPy. So to do that, I'll say arr3, which is the variable, and I call the representative np line space, which is the function, and I want to generate numbers from 1 to 10 randomly, but you're going to give me 5 outputs. So it's going to generate me even space array in terms of numbers, but it's going to be 5 numbers. So when I run this now, you see we have 1, 3.25, 5.5, 7.75, and 10 points. This is approximately 10.0. Okay, that's to create an evenly spaced array. Then to create an array with random numbers. So to do that now, we're going to use, we'll call it array4 is equals to the np dot, this time around we are going to use the random dot random. Okay, so this will give us random numbers. So when I run this now, you see it's giving me 0.02325. If I run it again, it's going to generate a random number for me. Okay, so the attributes and the function random, we're calling them to give us a random number. Then if you want to create a random integer, I can say arr5. So I'll say np.arrange. So arrange function is what is responsible for giving us random numbers, to give us integers. So to do that, I want to generate from 1 to 20. So if I use the print function now to print the arr5, it's going to give me 1 to 19. Why? Because if we want to get 20, we have to make it 21. So if I add 21 here, you can see 1 to 20. That's how to generate the numbers. Okay, then if I want to reshape a number, let's say I want to generate between 1 to 10 using the arrange function, but it's going to be in terms of 3 rows, 3 columns. So to do that, I'll say array 6 is equals to the np arrange 1 to 10. Then I'll call the variable reshape. I'll call ar6 dot reshape. So the first one is going to be the rows. Please take note of that, and the other number is going to be in columns. The rows, the columns. If I print the reshape, you can see it's giving us an output, but this is a 2-dimension array, but we have 3 rows, 3 columns present. Now let's go to indexing in NumPy, meaning that we want to print out numbers present in each rows. Okay, so the first one we're going to do now, we want to index the reshape. We want to just get only for the second row. So call the variable row is equals to reshape, the square bracket 0, 1. Some might be wondering, how did I get 1? The first row is 0, second 1, third 2. Okay, that's, we are using index in terms of numbers. So the index starts from 0. So 1, 0, 1. That's why I was able to write 1, and I close the bracket. So to print the row, so you see we are able to get 4, 5, 6. Now if I want to get a specific number inside, okay, so do that, I'll say reshape. I want to get 8, okay, in the third row. So to do that, this is going to be index rule 0, 1, 2. So I'll pass in 2. Then index inside the 2, you're going to have 0, 1, 2. So the index is still the same thing. So I want to get 8, I'll call in 1. So I'm calling the number to get the variable. So if I do this now, you can see we have 8. Now if I want to generate a chunk of items, let's say I want to have the all the rows, but starting from the first index row. Okay, so do that, I'll say reshape, square bracket. Now I'll use just one row. Let's generate just the first row. Then so we'll do this now, the first row and the first row and the column, first column. So when I do this and I run, you can see, okay, it's giving me 5. So to generate for all in terms of rows and columns, I'll move this one and put semicolon. That means give me all the rows. Then starting from print information starting from the first index row, the first index column. So I do this, and when I run, you can see it's giving me all the information starting from 2. The first index row is 0, second one 1, the third one 2. So it's the index number we are using to call out each of these functions. Then to do a broadcasting, meaning that we want to perform a operation, we want to perform a calculation. So let's say I'm going to copy the first number we have here, copy this, and I paste it here. So I want to perform a calculation. I'll say result ARR1 multiplied by 2. So meaning that I want to use 2 to multiply all the elements present in this array. So when I run this now, you can see the multiplication, using 2 to multiply all the elements present. Then, okay, let's say now I want to generate, using our reshape now, I want to get 2 informations, okay, from, or let's use our 2-dimensional array we created. I copy it, Ctrl C, then Ctrl V. So to generate this information now, I can say ARR assuming 6 is equals to ARR2. Then remember, we want to get an information, we'll call it 0, which is the first index of the array. Then inside the array now, we want to get an information. Let's say we want to get 89, 0, 1, 2. So after doing this, comma, array again, 2, next information, I want to get 56. So I'm going to say now 0, 1, the first array is 0, second one 1. Then I want to get 56, 0, 1, 2, 3. So when I print the array 6, you can see 59, 89, and 56. Then let's say from this information now, using the first information, this array, I want to give a condition on which elements should appear. So I can say ARR7 is equals to ARR1, open bracket, ARR1 is greater than, to give me an information that is greater from the array, that is greater than 60. So when I do the print, ARR7, you can see it's giving me only 78 because 78 is greater than 60. So we have come to the end of the lecture. I hope we're able to know what's the NumPy, the arrays, how to index them, and how to create them.